This is an extremely important time. I'm gonna share this with you all so that you can read it on your own. But I stress this part because me and a lot of math teachers have placed that a lot of the future math issues that kids have start in elementary school. So let's start with kindergarten. The standards by this time in kindergarten is usually they should know place value, 11 to 19. They should know how to do finger counting. The usual hurdle at this point, they see 10 as they don't see 10 as a single unit of 10 parts. So they know probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and can count to 10, but they don't quite understand what that means. So what do? The action, we force rote memory of the symbols of numbers without necessarily true number sense. And then we say, okay, 11, 12, 13, we just make them count again on their fingers. First grade, the standard, we want them to be able to know how to fill in missing add-ins. Meaning, if I have 8 plus blank equals 13, what is the blank? The hurdle here, the brain is still developing the ability to do mental math. So what do? More repetition and rote memory. Second grade, multi-digit addition. The hurdle here, conceptual place value dexterity, meaning what is 10 less than 200? What do? More repetition. Third grade. Now, this third grade is an extremely important time because this is when we want multiplication fluency and they start learning fractions. What's the hurdle here? Memory recall, the brain development here. So for example, what's 4 times 6? The child tries to answer from memory. They aren't sure. So they might do 4 times 5 and add from there, or they guess. So what do? More repetition. Fourth grade, multi-digit division. The hurdle here, they have to manage multiple facts and operations that don't seem related to each other. If you have to do division by hand, the subtraction, the multiplication, the carrying, the divide, all of that stuff, the remainder, you have to take all these parts together. What do? More repetition, or we give them a calculator. Fifth grade, the next biggest hurdle. We have unlike denominators, decimals, 3D space, fractional thinking. So the hurdle here, high cognitive load and abstract reasoning and multiple steps. And again, what do? More repetition and give them a calculator. And usually between about 4th to 5th grade is when we have our summer setback, where kids kind of can't remember what they learned, or if they don't practice, they come back into the next year at a deficit. So what do the 4 profiles usually do at this time? Developmental gaps are mended by tutors for early childhood development. Remember, the return on investment from math tutor is exponential. So what do high income, high involvement? If they have a tutor, they hire the tutor early. The child learns that learning is for life. The tutors accompany them on vacation, and the student starts to see their social standing. What does that mean? By 5th grade, right? If this kid is more fluent in math and they see the other kids complaining or disliking math, or they don't get it, or they try to help a kid and that kid doesn't get it, or the teacher is trying to help them and the kid is whining, the kid kind of starts to see by then the difference of where they are versus their peers already. Okay. High income, high involvement. If they don't have a tutor, well, usually at a certain point, by 5th grade, especially, there's going to be a loss of confidence, but the parents will still have some kind of intervention. High income, low involvement. When they have a tutor, by the time the tutor is called, they're going to have to triage some bad teaching. And then after that happens, the child returns to love learning and they become more career driven. By 5th grade, kids kind of know what they want to do. But if they have trouble in math, then anything math related, they're going to probably not do anymore. If they have no tutor, they lose their confidence. They may have developmental or behavioral issues, and then they begin to have a loss in interest in school, or they're going to do whatever they can to kind of get by. Average income, high involvement. If you have a tutor, then that tutor is going to fix learning gaps. They're going to attract more prestigious schools, and they become career driven.